Hello everybody, Sexier with me back again, and today I'm going to talk about planks just because I haven't talked about them in a long time and I'm doing them for my workout, so I figured I'd draw some silly doodles and explain a couple things about what you might be doing wrong with your plank. Now, my first guy here is basically what a plank actually should look like. Sorry about all the reflections and whatnot, but I've got this dotted line here basically showing that this is our neutral line from the ear through the shoulders, through that low back, into the pelvis, and actually down out through the butt and the legs. But that arch here, this low back arch, needs to be there. This thoracic arch needs to be there. This cervical arch needs to be there, and this guy's nice and super happy. And the principle we're basically making, if we basically say this is your legs, this is your arms, and this is your braced spine, right? There's equal gravity coming down on top, but there's also equal support from the bottom, and it's all the way from the pelvis to all the way at the top of the head, right? The core starts here and it ends all the way down here. Everything is braced. But here's the problem. People think of the plank as the abdominal plank, and then we get into this guy's position. Right, in this guy's position, he's trying to basically hold his entire spine in one really big arch. And that kind of structurally makes sense if we think about an arch like the old Roman times. If I push down on this, it's going to rebound up against me. But here's the problem. I'm not actually training my deep core, right? The only muscles in the plank that will do that is the front of the body, those abs, right? And we do want those guys to be nice and sexy, but they don't just flex. They don't just flex. What they do is they brace, and working with the inner unit down here, working with the serratus, working with the lats, working with the entire rotator cuff, the upper fibers of the chest, even the quadratus lumborum, all those anterior muscles, everything in the back, even the neck and the jaw and the back of the skull, even the eyes, everything holds that spine completely braced. So, I'm going to show you a real bad example first of that second guy. People set up into here, and then they get up into here, and their back is nice and flat, the hips are up, and they're really arched and everything, right? They start dropping their head. Now, if you're holding a plank for longer than a minute, this is probably you. And the reason I can say that with a lot of confidence is I've trained over 700-800 people over the course of my career so far, and most people tend to devolve into this. They just start, right? Because physics helps us there. It's easier to hold a plank. But here's the problem. It's not training your abs, it's training your ego. Okay? What I want you guys to do, put the stick in your butt, put the other end on the back of your head, and the middle of this stick should touch where basically a bra strap would be, right in the middle of your back. But think of this stick like that dotted line, right? I should see a little space here in that cervical spine. Then I should have a touch here where the back of that thoracic is, and then only a little curve here. So I've got to tuck my butt underneath quite a bit to get into this position. Already I'm working pretty hard. But then when I get up into my plank, I'm going to try and hold that neutral position. Only when I can hold that pretty well with a brace in my abs will I end up getting my legs up off the ground. So every muscle in my upper body, everything, even my ears, even the back of my head, tucking the chin in, works all of those sternum blasculoids. I can barely talk right now, sorry if I pronounced that wrong. But this is not rectus abdominis, this is not the six-pack. This is the transverse abdominis, this is all of the fibers of the internal and external obliques. This is the serratus in the front of the ribs and the back of the ribs. Even the rotator cuff is trying to help fight. I'm fighting like crazy for the camera. And trying to hold that pelvis stable. Now I have a mirror right behind the camera to help me out. I'm starting to lose my neck. My neck wants to do that. And that's about it. So, planks suck, alright? And if it gets easy for you, make it harder by adding movement to this, alright? What the abs do, their very first priority is to stabilize the spine through movement. So, if I get back into that position, find my butt, there it is, and I get up into here, start adding some movement. Maybe
just a knee touch to the ground. Maybe just a little rock side to side. I don't know if the camera can pick up from this angle. Maybe a little serratus action, pushing away from the ground, coming down. I'm already losing and pushing from my neck. Maybe a little butt wiggle. Anything to kind of challenge that stability element of the deep fibers of the abs. It's everything from the top of the head all the way out my bum. All right? I hope that information helps you guys out. Let me know how it works for you in the gym, and you might not be able to hold it for as long as you thought you could. I know all of my clients think the same thing, but that's how you get results, man. All right? Have a happy and healthy rest of your day, and I'll talk to you next time.